I'm thankful that this story didn't end too badly, but I keep trying to tell people we got to stop being physical with children. This story is going to be a good example of that, and I'm glad that the law is being harsh on people who just feel like the laws don't apply to them, right? So the individual that you guys see on my screen, we're getting ready to talk about this, but before we get into the story too deeply, let me give you guys a disclaimer. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm getting this story from WSVN.com. So thank you so much for the article. Let me skip forward a little bit. I know that's a little bit blurry, but nonetheless, this is the person we're talking about. And this is coming out of Florida. And a Margate elementary school teacher was arrested last week for allegedly assaulting a 5-year-old kindergarten student. Let's pause right there. How old? What is the age of most kindergarten students? Pre-K, kindergarten. Usually between 5 and 6 years old, maybe in some special circumstances, maybe 4, but usually really, really, really tiny kids. This is a full-grown adult. Probably a parent, probably a grandmother, maybe even a great-grandmother, especially in our time. She might be actually old enough to be a great-grandmother. She was arrested for allegedly assaulting a 5-year-old kindergarten student, a tiny baby, at Margate Elementary School, officials said. The incident occurred on October 10th, which wasn't that long ago, and was captured by school surveillance cameras. So why would they say this is alleged when you have it on camera? Like, that's weird. Just say this is what she did. But for legal purposes, I get it. Maybe they can't say it that way. I understand. But they caught it on camera. According to police, surveillance footage showed the victim seated on the floor with a group of other students before the start of class. The altercation began when the student threw a piece of paper in the direction of another student. It was a paper airplane, from what I understand. It's harmless. Kids get bored. They need stimulation. And paper airplanes is hardly a destructive form of entertainment. Did it deem all of this, ma'am? Really? Listen at this. At that point, the 53-year-old Khadijah Muhammad, 53 years old, who was not the victim's teacher, wasn't even her concern. She was not the teacher, but was serving in the capacity of a hall monitor, approached the student in an aggressive manner and physically grabbed him up by his left wrist, probably yanked him up. Muhammad then lifted the student off the ground by his arms, twisted his arms, and grabbed him by the back of his shirt while forcefully shoving him across the hallway, according to police. Really, ma'am? To me, this just sounds like black folk behavior. A lot of you guys who are black folk, I don't know how many black folk is out there listening right now, but y'all grew up in some black households, y'all will understand that this is just the way that black folks behave, and they think that this is how they should just discipline children, physically punish children. You're physical as hell with them. Grab them up by the neck, grab them up by the ear, grab them up by the arm, grab them by the leg, choke them with the shirt. Like, that's just what black folks do, right? I'm black, so I can say that. During the 2-minute altercation, 2 minutes for a paper plane, Jesus. 2-minute altercation, Muhammad tore the jacket of the student's back and continued to grip the student by his arms, wrist, shirt, and jacket. And we're going to always end this by saying, over a piece of paper. Police said towards the end of the video, partially blocked at times, Muhammad grabbed the student around his neck and slammed him to the ground over a piece of paper. According to a police report, at no point did Muhammad ask for help from any other staff member to control the situation over a piece of paper. 7 News spoke to the parents on Tuesday, and they said they had no idea that this occurred at the children's school over a piece of paper. I'm very surprised because my daughter right now is in kindergarten, but that's not her teacher, thank God. But that is very, matter of fact, this other student who got jacked up wasn't even his teacher either. But that's very surprising to hear that it's from our school. Very surprised and not being notified about it. That's surprising too, according to Emily Fernandez. Over a piece of paper. Nicole Zeeb's child is also a kindergartner, and she was in disbelief after hearing about the altercation. Said it's very shocking. I think I can skip some of that. They're just repeating the same thing. Muhammad was taken into custody the day after the incident. Why not the same day is beyond me. And charged with 1 count of abuse without great bodily harm. She has since been released on bond over a piece of paper. The Broward County Public School Board released a statement regarding the matter, which reads, in part, the school is working closely with law enforcement regarding the situation, and the teacher involved has been reassigned away from students in the school pending the outcome of this case, end quote. Over a piece of paper. Let me give you guys the fair use. Over a piece of paper. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And if you guys would, do me a favor and please click that thumbs up and share this video. Let more people know about this story. They'll find it here at the AFC Podcast, where we continue to keep trying to advocate for children over a piece of paper.
And now to a crime alert. A teacher in trouble accused of slamming a kindergartner to the ground. Local 10's Cody Weddle is live in Margate with the disturbing details. Cody.
And Nicole, this allegedly happened when this student threw a piece of paper at another kid. 54-year-old Khadijah Muhammad facing charges of child abuse. Margate police say she reacted violently when a kindergarten student misbehaved at Margate Elementary School. Muhammad allegedly approached the boy, grabbing him by the wrist, and then continued to lift him off the ground by his arms, twist his arms, and grabbed him by the back of his shirt while shoving him across the hallway.
I don't like that. I mean, I know our kids may act out at times, but if there's a problem, leave the disciplining to the parents.
We visited Muhammad's home in Lauderdale Lake, speaking to her husband through a doorbell camera. Is it true at all? Any truth to the allegations?
We have no comment, sir. No comment.
Police say a security camera appeared to show Muhammad eventually grabbing the boy around his neck and slamming him into the ground.
The teacher have a lines, like a teacher, there are no parents, and they came past that line.
The encounter allegedly ended with Muhammad ripping the jacket off of the boy's back as she continuously grabbed the student by his arms, wrists, shirt, and jacket. Broward School saying in a statement that reads in part, the school is working with law enforcement regarding the situation, and the teacher involved has been reassigned away from students.
That is crazy. I would have never expected that from Margate.
The teachers are good, the principal. It's an awesome school.
And so this happened back on October 10th. Margate police are describing this as an altercation, but they did not specify exactly how the boy was behaving during that encounter.
All right, Erica, a South Florida teacher getting a lesson in the law after she's accused of putting her hands on a kindergartner. Vanessa Medina is live in Margate with these details. Vanessa.
That teacher is accused of child abuse, and now the Broward County School Board says it's investigating. Khadijah Muhammad, a kindergarten teacher at Margate Elementary School, in trouble, accused of child abuse. She was arrested last week, and parents at the school early Monday morning say they had no idea.
My reaction is I'm very surprised because my daughter right now is in kindergarten, but that's not her teacher, thank God. But that's very surprising to hear this from our school. Very surprised and not to be notified by it.
Muhammad is accused of roughing up a 5-year-old kindergartner in the school's hallway before school started. The kindergartner, according to the report, was sitting down on the ground and threw a paper airplane at another student. The encounter caught on surveillance video, and according to the arrest report, it shows Muhammad lift him off of the ground by his arms, twist his arms, and grabbed him by the back of his shirt while shoving him across the hallway. Nicole Sieb's child is in kindergarten.
Yeah, it's very shocking. I'm surprised, to be honest. It's alarming, but they handled it well, I'm assuming, took care of what they needed to. I didn't even know anything. That's a little alarming.
The report goes on to say she ripped the jacket off his back and continuously grabbed the student by his arms, wrists, shirt, and jacket. Police say it lasted 2 minutes, and at no point she asked for help from other faculty that were also in the hallway. The report goes on to say that the video shows Muhammad grab him around his neck and slam him to the ground.
I don't definitely not agree with that or condone that. I have a 5-year-old daughter. I mean, if that happened to me, I'd be in there. At wanting some answers. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's not something to play around with. These are little kids, and I'm getting tired of all this school stuff going down here. I really am, and I really feel bad for these students and their parents, and these teachers need to be held accountable.
So the Broward County School Board releasing this statement that reads in part, the school is working closely with law enforcement regarding the situation, and the teacher involved has been reassigned away from students and the school pending the outcome of the case. Now, we have heard from many teachers who go to school here in defense of Mrs. Muhammad, saying that she is a kind teacher. She has experience with ESC students. She knows and has been working here for quite some time, and she's not only a veteran, but they say she is a kind woman. So they're hoping once all of the facts come out with this case, she will be exonerated.
Wow. So the teachers, this is just a moment where maybe you shouldn't come out. And this is what I think is the point of my channel, my live stream, my videos, my advocacy. The name, the AFC podcast, Advocate for Children, and we advocate for children first. This is another moment where I say, if you're going to come out and put out a statement, put the children first. That is a simple thing to do, because you end up looking real crazy when you come out and say, she's a good teacher. She's worked here for many years, and she's a hard worker, and she's loving and caring and God-fearing, but yet, this is how she treated a 5-year-old. Then you just take all of that good stuff and just throw it out the window. It means nothing, right? When you hurt, murder, abuse, hit, physically assault a child, all of your character good things for me go out the window, period. There is no room and there is no excuse for anybody to hurt, murder, abuse, or physically assault children. My stance on that is very clear, very cut and dry, very black and white, no gray area. Don't do it. Stop being physical with kids. I come from the black community, and I know too many of us that agree with being physical with kids, and I'm totally against that. I continue to keep teaching why we shouldn't do it. I mean, I teach my sisters, my family, my mom, my dad, cousins, family, friends, everybody. I don't want anybody being physical with kids, because being a parent is not done here. Hello. Somebody tell me when y'all hear me. Is my mic on? Is this mic on? Parenting is not done with your fist. Parenting is done here. You are a parent here. It is a mental thing, not a physical thing. That is why we have to make sure that when we have children or step in positions where we're either going to have a daycare, be a teacher at a school, be in law enforcement, or anything that has to do where children are, you have to have this understanding that, hey, I have to be better. I have to be at my best at all times. I'm just kind of curious because maybe people don't take this serious because it's a black, innocent looking teacher. She's in her late 50s and they just see her as a grandma cooking cornbread and greens and fried chicken, y'all. Got some Kool-Aid and the sweetest sweet tea you'd have never heard in your life, y'all. Is that what it is? She got some peach cobbler in the oven about to come out. Probably smell like all kind of Avon products. Is that what it is? I'm just curious why people are so quick to defend this. I'm just curious. Let's just say if it were somebody who looked like me with this big ass beard braid, looking like a big old strong man, and let's just say that somebody came out in the news, and in other news, DJ Just Jay of the AFC podcast was at a school, and here's what we have to report about him. He took a 5-year-old child who threw a piece of paper at another student, and maybe the piece of paper didn't even hit the other student, but what did DJ Just Jay do? DJ Just Jay came and took his big 275 pound, 6'3" black ass over there and grabbed this child by the arms and held him up in the air and lifted him off the ground, twisted his arms and grabbed him by the back of his shirt while shoving him across a hallway and ripped his jacket off of him. What would y'all say about me? Would y'all say that DJ Just Jay is a good loving father, y'all, and he loves his daughter, y'all? Y'all say he needs to have his kids taken, he needs to be arrested, he needs to be in jail, no bond, life in prison, right? That's what y'all would say about me if you reverse the roles. I'm just saying, I think we need to be a little bit more fair, and I think this was very excessive. And yes, I said Avon products. Y'all, something is wrong with me, I swear. But nonetheless, my heart is in the right place. Got to stop putting your hands on children. Let me know what you guys think about this story. Nobody died in this story. Thank goodness. This is somewhat of a bittersweet thing. She's going to get reprimanded, and I hope she learns to keep her hands, feet, and other objects off of people. Stop hitting kids. Stop being physical with kids. All right? Thank you.